Another beautiful day in the Little Apple, an early spring, and as we hit March, and that means the madness in full effect. Kansas State wrapping up the home portion in regular season Big 12 schedule, facing off against number 12 Texas, who's going after a Big 12 title today. A look at the Big 12 standings show the Longhorns sitting atop the Big 12, but that might change as Oklahoma is closing in on a win today against the rival Oklahoma State, forcing Texas to win today to share the regular season crowd.
Vic Schaefer, Rori Harmon coming out of that loss against Baylor, called out the team. Harmon said there was a lack of energy, lack of effort. Schaefer said they were lackadaisical, so got to bring some energy and effort on the road today. And K-State, you've got to be able to limit extra possessions for Texas. So that means taking care of the basketball. That means rebounding, not giving offensive boards up to Texas, and threes falling. You've got to get some threes to go down, loosen up the paint a little bit to be able to have some good offensive flow.
The first meeting was a mismatch. Gabby Gregory did not play for K-State. The Wildcats, without one of their main offensive weapons, struggled in an 87-41 loss in Austin. Texas knows all about players being in and out of the lineup. They are without a few key pieces today. The shot of the game from DeYona Gaston falls short. K-State with the ball. They've changed their lineup a little bit with Emily Ebert in for the first time to start. In quite a bit. It's her 10th start of the year. The senior on senior day gets the call today. Shamatsi, the only other senior for the Wildcats. An early unforced turnover by the K-State team. And Texas back to the ball. Rori Harmon leading the way. An all Big 12 candidate for sure. One of the best point guards in the country. One of the big pieces missing for this team is Sonia Morris, who provided a big outside presence for Texas. She has missed now the last couple of games. And with her out, Shay Holle in the lineup. K-State in the white, Texas in the road, burnt orange. Dangerous pass finds Gabby Gregory. Second leading scorer is a shot blocked. The Big 12's best shot blocking team is Texas.
And they talked about in shoot around K-State this morning, want to be able to attack, don't want to necessarily settle for threes. You got to have some that fall, but they want to be able to attack and attack strong and get into the paint. Defensively, you can kind of see really crowding, making it difficult in there.
This is not a very good outside shooting team in Texas. The ball caroms off the leg of Jaden Glenn out of bounds, and K-State has given up a couple of balls. Holle, tough shot not there. K-State was blocking out elsewhere, and it allowed Gonzales to get to the ball, the BYU transfer.
But living in that mid-range game, short corner was where they got their first basket. You've seen Harmon kind of try to attack there, get to the foul line.
Gonzales, the best free throw shooter on the team. Longhorns lost a lot, but gained a lot through the portal. Texas pitching the early shutout. And a turnover again. K-State already with 3 first quarter turnovers. Texas on the run the other way, and an easy lay-in for Holle. Left alone in the paint, she'll just take the shot, miss it badly, and the rebound out of bounds. Gonzales blocked the block, and Faye missed the shot.
That's one thing too, K-State converges. They've got some length down low, and leaping ability.
That'll be an offensive foul, I think. No, a block. And now they're going to take a look at it. Was meant to break. They took a look at this play. A challenge by Vic Schaefer of Texas. So whether Faye was in the charge circle or not, you can see when the first contact is made by Gabby Gregory, she is out of the restricted arc. So this will be an offensive foul on Gabby Gregory. Kansas State, though, still feeling riding high. Lena Satarin joins us. Lena, hello, good afternoon.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, so Serena Sundell, she strung together one of the strongest 2-game efforts in her young career last week, and that awarded her her first Big 12 Player of the Week. And after K-State felt badly with this recent loss at TCU, the Wildcats came home and took it out on Kansas, where Sundell registered the most unique stat line in the nation. She's the only player this season to record 24 points on 80% shooting.
Did it with a bunch of assists and steals, and just an incredible work by Sundell. And then she's followed it up with the 33-point effort against Oklahoma. 26 points a game for Sundell here the last 4 games. Maupin gets it back from Gregory. Blocked as she goes in by 5, but Maupin gets it right back and lays it in. And K-State is finally on the board at the 5:30 mark.
A much-needed basket. Good job by the freshman. Another one who has been playing well is Maupin last 4 games.
Low-scoring affair here early on. Texas seeking out a Big 12 title. Gonzales hits the 3. All-American West Coast Conference Player of the Year, transferring to Texas. Harmon defending Sundell. Wide open. Shabazzi with the answer.
That's where K-State's got to have some ball movement to put some pressure on Texas's defense. Not going to be able to just stand.
Gonzales able to get behind Sundell and steal the rebound. It goes to Gaston and she puts it in. Another turnover for K-State.
The unforced turnovers.
Shot clock under 2, lobbed up to Gregory, and a shot clock violation. Another big player for the Longhorns in Taylor Jones. Did not play in the first meeting against K-State. She's only been active here down the stretch. The transfer from Oregon State and really has started to come alive. The all Pac-12 player, 6'4" junior center. The last couple of games shooting near 60%, 12.5 points. Not for blocking it, and now Gonzales going to work on K-State on the baseline against this zone.
And that's where you look at Big 12 scoring leaders and they don't have anybody inside the top 15, but you hit 15 and then all of a sudden you got 4. You got Gonzales at 15, Harmon at 18, Morris at 19, who's not available today, and Gaston at 20.
Great balance, great mix, and defensively so good. Harmon reads the pass all the way to the other end. Shorts the shot, however, and it's out of bounds to Texas.
Read that from down in the lane.
So quick. Harmon into the lane, poked, had the ball knocked away. It's stolen. Ebert. Blocked, but fouled. Holle didn't even touch Ebert. Not sure how she got called for the foul, but she did. It's her first, second team. Ebert to the free throw line. Emily Ebert, the senior from nearby Frankfort, Kansas. Good write-up on her that was shared on social media this week. Grew up a lifelong Wildcat fan in the gym, gets to realize her dream. And in her final home game, at least of the regular season, K-State destined at this point, it looks like, for the WNIT, which could give them more home games. But it's her final Big 12 home game. Holle unable to hit the jumper, and K-State gets the rebound. As bad as it's been for the Wildcats, they're down just 8. Riley Glenn, blocked by Jones. Outlet quickly up ahead. Holle. Foul and 1.
Defense on one end with the block. They get the basketball out. Great quick pass from Harmon. Wow, not a lot of contact there.
So Holle to the free throw line. Holle had a big game against K-State at the first meeting. She's only scored in double figures 7 times in her career, but one of those was against K-State. Harmon staying on Serena Sundell, preventing her from driving. Gregory getting frustrated. She was talking to the officials at that last timeout. Drive by Everett does not result in a shot. The rebound comes down clear, no whistle. And the shot clock violation by K-State gives Texas the ball.
Lead the league in blocks. 8th in the country. Right about 6 a game. It's one of those from an offensive standpoint. It's like they're so good at defending and so good from a blocking perspective. You give them a little pump fake. Get them up in the air and then go up into them.
Sundell intercepts the pass intended for Harmon. She'll take it coast to coast.
Is really making an impact in a number of different areas.
Gonzales fouled. Missed tie K-State's output in this first quarter. Gonzales hits the second. She's got 9.
Return to the game for K-State, number 3, Shaylee Gonzales.
Wanted Gregory. And now the K-State turnover. 9 first quarter turnovers. Holle lets the man fly. Can't hit the 3. Rebound to Greer. The quarter ends. Kansas State will be down big.
Yeah, you can tell that Coach Mitty is a little frustrated with his team. He says that they just need to have a feel for what they're doing. They need to talk to each other to be ready for what Texas is going to bring.
Now, that's what you and I were talking about, Christian, during the break. It almost seems as K-State is surprised by just how the ferocity with which Texas has played. Sundell trying to create, cannot. Another block for the Longhorns. 6 for Texas already. Texas again with a win, needs a win to tie Oklahoma for first and win the regular season championship. The Sooners won today against Oklahoma State. Texas owns the tiebreaker, would be the #1 seed if they could win against the zone. Good passing by the Longhorns. Gaston blocked by Greer.
Brought the ball down.
Greer running the floor.
What
a pass! Texas has only shot it at 39%. They just had many more opportunities than K-State due to turnovers. Jones, tough shot, got it and one.
Jones able to just muscle it up and in.
She buries the free throw, not letting her go off. Serena with the ball again. Shot clock winding down. Greer has to take the jumper. Gregory forced out of there. K-State's best rebounder. Here comes Harmon. And a turnover by Harmon. The tie-up and a saving dive by Holle to keep the ball with Texas.
Good hustle.
Greer and Jones mixing it up down the block. Let them go. Wraparound pass not there, but a foul on K-State. Texas changes the inbound play. Big Schaefer right in front of us, not overly pleased. Hasn't shed the jacket yet. It's usually a regular occurrence during the game. Harmon trying to create some magic. Tough shot, misses everything. Rebound, Longhorns. Shot clock winding down. Jones blocked from behind. Ball still loose to Texas. At the buzzer, no, but was there a foul? Sundell did indeed foul Jones before the shot clock expired. So another foul on K-State. Sundell's first, the third of the quarter, 9th of the game. Longhorns have hit 6 of 7 from the stripe. They've only fouled twice, and K-State has committed 9 fouls. Texas does this to a lot of teams. That's why they were playing for a Big 12 title today, at least a share of it. Sundell off the ball to try and get her a little bit more room to operate, yet to score in the game. And Serena will throw it away.
Hit the jump shot.
I think that's what Jeff Mitty said as he took her out. He's talking with her now on the bench. Just, you're there, take the shot.
Yep.
K-State has been zone all game. Gaston gets around the defender, but could not get the rebound off the miss.
You're already working from behind the 8 ball, and so some of it, like the unforced turnovers, are just, you got to know Texas is going to come at you hard, come at you physical from a defensive standpoint, and I'm not sure, just surprised by it maybe a little bit to start.
Shot clock under 5. Harmon's going to let go a three-pointer. That won't go. The rebound back tapped out. Texas will get a second chance. Harmon's just a 16% three-point shooter. That is not her game.
Well, and that's when you forced a player into what you want them to do. You got to close out the defensive possession. You got to secure that board.
Gaston, tough shot. Jones, the offensive rebound and put back, and Texas on a third try gets the bucket. Gregory lost the ball, rolling to the ground. Holle gets the ball for Texas. Another turnover by K-State. Jones on the other end, steps around, Moppin and scores. 9 for Jones. Timeout K-State. Texas rolling in the Little Apple. Only 12 shots to the 26 shots of Texas. K-State's hit only 4 of their 12 makes. Glenn, a rare basket. Taylor Lauterbach in for the Wildcats at 6'7" inside. Lauterbach gets the rebound. Here's Sundell. Draws the foul.
But you have to continue to attack. You have to continue to put pressure on the defense and then make the free throws.
And she'll make the second.
Texas +4 right now on the boards, but a couple of opportunities, a couple of second chance opportunities here.
Gaston, because of their size and their athleticism on the other end, they're going to get enough easy shots to beat you. Glenn, tough look, unable to hit.
And that's, I mean, to speak to the physicality, right? Like that's where, as you're playing against them, you've got to get to the point where you got, again, kind of got to keep chipping away and get to a point where you, I don't know if you can outlast, but mentally, I think, expect the expected, I think, from them in terms of knowing what you're going to get.
Jones at the buzzer. 11 in the quarter for Taylor Jones.
That footwork from Taylor Jones, reverse pivoted away from the defense.
Offensive foul on Sundell, working against Harmon on the baseline. Gaston through a double team. Harmon hits the tough jumper. A share of the championship for the first time since 2004. It's the next month. Lauterbach telegraphs the pass, easy steal. 15 first half turnovers by K-State. And Jeff Biddy uses another timeout as Gonzales is in double figures with 11. As healthy players, but they certainly have weapons across the board. Sundell sets up Harmon, goes to the drive, misses the layup, rebound Texas. Coupling the problems for the Wildcats, K-State is just 5 of 18 from the floor. Gaston.
Enough on that drive, came over to adjust the shot, and I think Sundell is expecting contact. Again, ball movement from Texas.
Muhammad working against Gregory. Sundell may have gotten away with a walk. Riley Glenn on the drive, too strong. Texas, Gaston rebound, final 15 of the half belong to Texas, and a chance to push this lead even higher. A 25-point bulge here at the end of the first, as if Texas needed to leave any doubt about a conference title coming to Austin. Harmon can't hit the shot, but a dominant showing by Vic Chambers Longhorns in the first half of this game.
Right, like we're all coaching our respective youth teams now, and so we're trying to knock the cobwebs off of how did Celtic go? What was that drill?
Texas with the same starting five they had to begin the game, and a tie-up right out of the gate as Phi goes up and is tied up by Jalen Glenn. And the Wildcats will get the arrow. But getting the ball in is always a chore against the Longhorns. K-State does, and will bring it up quickly. Shamatzi has nothing in the middle, misses the layup. Well, they couldn't have drawn up a better start for the Wildcats, as least of what they could get. But they don't hit the shot, and Gaston the other way buries the jumper. Low pass cannot get Jalen Glenn free. Now the Wildcats not hitting shots when they get them, also making it difficult.
Well, that's that possession that time. Great ball movement along the perimeter. You got to bury those shots when you get the opportunity. Not a lot. Again, just 1 of 5 from beyond the arc, but I think the bigger thing is just 5 attempts.
And only 24% shooting overall. Now a foul inside. Has had a tremendous breakout game against K-State back in 2021. Scoring 20 points, grabbing 14 rebounds against Ayoko Lee. She'll miss the first free throw. 69% free throw shooter. Hits the second. 5 for 5. And the lead pushing near 30 for the Longhorns as they try and tie Oklahoma for the regular season title. Sundell swatted on the head as she goes up for the shot. 5 with a foul.
And it has also allowed her to get to the foul line.
8 games for Sundell at the line. She has 4 points. Now 5 in the second game.
It changes things, definitely changes things.
certainly opens up more shots for people on the other end. Jones is going to get back-to-back trips with a foul. Now she's got 3. Seems to be the conversation everywhere we go in the conference and meet up with other people from the Big 12. That's all they want to talk about is, man, K-State is going to be a tough team next season. Shamatsi.
Took a couple of open looks, and shooters have to be ready. Shamatsi, a good job knocking that down. Second in the Big 12 in field goal percentage. You've got her pushed out. That's just a good play.
That's a tough take to the basket. Not normally known for her driving ability. Gonzales run off the three-point line. And a foul, I think, on Sundell, who tried to take a charge in the lane. 4 of 5 at the line. She makes the first. The NCAA tournament. West Virginia would be a bubble. A lot to do, though, for the Wildcats. Down significant margin. They trailed big at the half. Riley Glenn way off of the three-pointer. Gregory trying to get the tie-up was out of bounds. Big 12 Player of the Year. You could also make an argument who wins Big 12 Coach of the Year. Jenny Baranchek or Vic Schaefer. Conference Player of the Year. Really no odds-on favorite conversation as anyone else for Player of the Year. Three-pointer by Gonzales.
Last 3 games from Gonzales. 44% from beyond the arc.
Well, the hard part about that ball, it has been allowed to be so physical all day long. You get fouled out in space like that.
Yeah.
Just finished off that Big 12 Player of the Year discussion. If you're going by the numbers, you probably go with Ashley Jones of Iowa State, who had another 20-point game today, had 33 on Wednesday in Lawrence. Jones, the Big 12 scoring leader, but it's not just points. She's in the top 5 in the league in rebounding, 3-point percentage, 3-point makes. They were one of the teams that you thought would vie potentially for the conference title this year.
Maybe she was looking like Jones, was looking like a favorite. Then you got Nyla Smith.
Correct. That's where the Harmon conversation comes in, I think. Charlie Crane of ESPN had selected Harmon as his Player of the Year, even while admitting that Harmon does not have the numbers to warrant a Big 12 Player of the Year sort of conversation. Holle in the corner. Hits the three-pointer. Shay Holle at 41%. Buries the 3. K-State beats Texas back, and Jalen Glenn gets an easy lay-in. That won't please Vic Schaefer. Harmon, slippery as ever. Could not hit the shot. Wildcats grab the board. K-State got in a big hole early. Turnovers. Most of them unforced. In the early first quarter, put K-State in the hole they have not recovered from. Everett in the lane. Trying to jump it down to Gregory.
You've got a little bit of confidence as you're going against them.
Great point. Everett. Drive, cannot finish, but the senior headed to the free throw line.
Player that is so athletic, has good leaping ability, a tremendous free throw shooter, obviously. She's had to defend bigger players. She's very much an all-purpose player.
You were saying on Everett.
Well, so at the time that she came, I was finishing up being an academic counselor for women's basketball, and I can remember him like coaching change, and we're potentially looking at this transfer. And
tradition continuing, not quite 1A, but a small school in Kansas player coming to K-State, continuing Taryn Sides. Sundell trying to get a call at the end of the quarter, cannot. A big deficit for K-State of their final 10 minutes at home in the regular season. And for Texas, 10 minutes away from a conference title. Maupin with a hesitation move on the baseline, draws the foul.
Try and use that shot blocking ability against them.
Called for that early on. Maupin, who had the first basket of the game for K-State, but it didn't come till 5:30 in the first quarter. She will miss the second free throw. Maupin has 3 off the bench. Came in, as Kristen mentioned, the last 5 games, averaging 9.7 rebounds and having shot 22 free throws. Really playing well down the stretch. The 6'4" forward, crown jewel of K-State's recruiting class. Gonzales. Sundell trying to lose Harmon. And an offensive foul will be called on Maupin. Harmon just 2 points today on 1 of 8 shooting, but she does have 10 assists. Gaston fouled by Maupin.
A whole lot of outside shots, but the rebounding, the second chance opportunities, and the turnovers
make it look very easy, just their shot-making ability. Texas, it is not pretty at times, but they just suck the life out of you doing all the other stuff. Oddly enough, in a year where the Big 12 has not seen any real one-dominant team, as Glenn pours in a three. 5 to go on the shot clock. Harmon over Sundell, couldn't hit it. Career the rebound. Harmon 1 of 9 from the field.
Yeah, I was going to say she doesn't get that shot to go, and she has struggled today, but that's definitely where she lives. She's got the ability to elevate and just kind of hang there.
Sundell stripped of the ball. Here goes Gonzales. Wisely pulls back on the reins with her team up near 30. Good find, Harmon to Muhammad. Holle knocks it away from Gregory. Harmon coast to coast, lays it in. It'll be curious to watch them in the postseason.
Yeah.
As you said, there are a lot of factors as Gregory finally gets her first basket, second leading scorer of the Big 12. Maybe the reason why Texas and Vic Schaefer-led teams have done so well in postseason play. Ball out of bounds to K-State as Taylor Lauterbach comes in for Greer. Boy, if you're a different one, that may be the worst matchup you'd want as a forward. Texas, the way they defend. Gregory driving in on Holle, draws the foul. And she'll miss the first. Again, talk about next year. She has a COVID season left. She's already announced she's going to use it. She will return to play with Ayoka Lee next year. What a weapon that'll be. Gregory on the outside, Lee in the middle, along with Sundell and the Glenn twins. This will be one of the top 3 favorites of the Big 12 next season, without a doubt, Kansas State. Kansas State trying to tip the ball away. Glenn drives, gets whacked in the arm.
6-foot Serena Williams, slow developing and trying to take advantage of that. Then you give shot blocking time.
Unstoppable, both ends of the court. Wildcats employ a little full court pressure. Harmon just dribbles through everybody, trying to throw it up for Jones. Got it blocked. And a foul on the follow. And that's without Lee.
Yeah.
Jones makes the first. First couple of years that Jeff Mittie and associate head coach Brian Osterman were here at K-State, this zone was a big part of the Wildcat defense, a matchup zone that they learned from Jim Boeheim at Syracuse, and the length of guards and the length of players was a big part of that. Foul here by Jones, a block on Glenn. Riley Glenn at the free throw line here. K-State is locked into the number 9 spot. Tying with Oklahoma. K-State has battled ankle injuries all year, with Gregory missing some time early this season. Glenn has suffered through an ankle injury, and Sundell, with an ankle and a knee, has missed a lot of practice. Jones scores again. 4 minutes to a championship for the Longhorns. Shamatzi pours in a 3 and in double figures in her final home game in the regular season for Shamatzi. Shot clock winding down. Shay Holle buries a long 2. The DePaul transfer, who has been out the last handful of games with injury, although Morris's return is expected before postseason play. Gaston with a steal and run out. 3 minutes away from sharing the Big 12 title with Oklahoma. Sundell will drive to the basket and get the friendly roll.
Now it's reps and seeing the ball go through the basket if you're K-State, and start to build a little bit of momentum, get ready to go to Kansas City.
Gaston on the baseline, able to hit another jumper. She has got 16 points. K-State will match up against Texas Tech in the first game of the tournament at 5 o'clock next Thursday. The Lady Raiders beat K-State both times this season and shot it pretty well. Emily Everett in her final home game, able to bury a 3-pointer. The matchup with Tech is an interesting one. It's all matchups. K-State seems to have had a good matchup with Baylor. They've had good matchups with Iowa State, but they have not matched up well with Texas and Oklahoma and Texas Tech. Jones wide open. Harmon finds her for another assist. Longhorns have emptied the bench to the scorer's table. Shamatzi on a drive, blocked by Jones.
And another accolade while at Oregon State, set a freshman record for blocks.
was so good. That year, 25 points in a game. Sophomore had 15 boards against Stanford. She'll be a big factor for Texas moving forward. Longhorns closing out strong. 5 of the last 6 have gone down for Texas. 1:20 left. Then they'll celebrate. Harmon, who has 12 assists. Jones throws it up and gets 19 points. Another timeout by Texas just to get subs in. 1 minute left here for the Wildcats. K-State now will use a timeout and get some of their senior players out.
Yep.
Rebecca Dollinger will be first up and replacing Emily Ebert. And then Sarah Shamatzi, who was only here 1 season, transferred from LSU. But we'll check out for the final time here at home, at least in the regular season. K-State may have more games coming up for the WNIT. Depending on matchups, K-State could make a lengthy run in the WNIT. Dollinger buries it open 3. Dollinger had a tremendous game defensively down in Norman with 3 steals to tie a career high. Junior makes the 3-pointer. 30-point game with a minute to go. Longhorns will end the regular season 14-4, tying Oklahoma for the conference title. 23-8. Heading to defend their crown in Kansas City as the they'll be the #1 overall seed. K-State will end the regular season 16-15, and a year without Ayoka Lee. They will go 5-13 in league play, showing the impact of that young lady and how big of a presence she is on both ends of the court. Lee returns next season for K-State. Sundell and a good find from Greer. 12 for Sundell to lead K-State in scoring. Final 12 seconds should end it. And Vic Schaefer's team, for the first time since 2004, Texas is the co-champions of the Big 12 Conference. And friends for a long time, Vic Schaefer and Jeff Mitty exchange hands at midcourt.
Not them Longhorns.
You see it! Ring me! Finger! Ring me! Ring me!
Way to go! Hadn't happened since 2003, 2004. Texas Longhorns are Big 12 champions. Congrats! Really, really proud of you guys, man.